Fresh off the plane, I found myself in Germany for the first time, and I was heading to a place I knew for sure I would easily see some animals, and hopefully some I haven't featured yet in my videos. Here, I was at the Frankfurt Zoo. The Frankfurt Zoo was founded way back in 1858, and even though it was destroyed in World War II from the Allies, it was obviously rebuilt. I only had an hour or so before I knew I would pass out from not sleeping on the flight over, so I went right to the cat area. And looking right at me was this big male lion. This is an Asiatic lion. When people think of lions, they think of Africa, but there are actually a small population of just over 400 lions that live in and around the Gir forest in India. In the past, zoos would breed Asiatic lions with those of African descent, but in the last 20 years, due to new research technology and breeding plans, their genes have been kept pure in European zoos, and every Asiatic lion is kept track of. In short, the Asiatic lion is slightly smaller than the African lion, and the males have less of a mane, but they still are some big cats, and across from these big cats was a smaller cat called the rusty spotted cat. They, along with the black-footed cat from Africa, are the smallest felines in the world. The rusty spotted cat comes from India and Sri Lanka, and their populations are only at estimated 10,000 and dropping. European zoos have around 40 of them. This little one was all over its exhibit and hard to video. I said a quick hello to the fossa, a species I made a video about a few years ago, and I also had to walk past the big crowd this little cub was drawing and go check out some Chilean Flamingos. Unlike the flamingos found in Africa, these birds can handle the cold, and they've even introduced some to the coast of Germany. Researchers still aren't exactly sure why flamingos like to stand on one leg. I was using my legs to walk over to look at this large black rhino. The rhinos are all over the news lately, as hundreds and hundreds were killed just in South Africa alone last year. It is simply crazy how the illegal trade in their horns has become. This one had some very wide horns. Now for rhinos, living either at a zoo or in the wild, they all need to be protected. I walked around the zoo grounds hoping that people would realize wildlife has become under attack with the illegal trade in their parts. People come to a zoo to relax and to some degree to be entertained, but they should hopefully leave educated as well. Speaking of being educated, this is the perfect example. Meet some bonobos. These are great apes that are often confused with their close relatives, the chimpanzees. It was interesting watching them interact with one another. And here is a sign that should be in every zoo, one showing just how large the human population is compared to our closest relatives, the great apes, in the animal kingdom. We are not doing a good job in protecting them. It also shows the taboo topic of human overpopulation, a topic very few want to even discuss how to help manage through education for women and family planning. And all of us humans have to use less resources, and one way is how we flush. One choice for number one, one choice for number two. Conservation. The zoo had enough exciting animals like this Hamadryas baboon to keep me awake, but I had to quickly see some other things in Frankfurt, like the cathedral, before I passed out. Thanks for watching.